Good morning to you, Alan Winde here with an update for the week. I think first of all we've reached some milestones, 60,000 infections, COVID-19, a big number. We need to know that we've got to continually manage this virus, 43,000 recoveries and 1,737 people have succumbed to this virus, and my deepest condolences to those families. We also have 1,787 people in our hospitals at the moment, and we wish them all the very best for recovery. And talking about hospitals, this week we'll be, as per plan, bringing on our next extra field hospital, the one at Brackengate, 300 extra beds. And with that and hospitals, I'd really like to thank the healthcare workers, the frontline workers, people who are night and day under severe pressure at the moment. Thank you very much, Team Health in the Western Cape. You guys are doing an amazing job, and we are behind you, and all strength to you. I also note that in this COVID environment, specifically in schools, there's some pressure and some tension. I want to thank the principals who are in their schools managing this virus. When it does pop up, there are very, very good protocols in place, and thank you very much for what you are doing. Obviously, schools coming back slowly and pressure on the system, but we have to make sure that we've got a new normal, spacing, doing the hand washing and the mask, and really thank you to those schools that are really doing this properly. And of course, we will get an infection in a school every now and again, and when that happens, you've got to make sure that the protocols are put in place. I also want to thank Minister Schaefer and the education team for meeting with the Khayelitsha teams over the weekend. I noticed the points made by the KDF, the Khayelitsha Development Forum, and the Khayelitsha Education Forum on specifically post those engagements, not supporting SANCO to close down our schools. Education is really important, and we've got to make sure that the new normal is in place with masks and social distancing, that we continue with education, because it is the best weapon that we can give any child for a future. Then, of course, I also noticed some TACO and some of the pressure being put at a national level around filling of taxis. My message is to commuters: please make sure that you are also traveling in the new normal. Make sure you're using public transport with masks, with all the protection you can, and don't get into an overfull taxi. Make sure that from a commuter point of view, you are doing the right thing, keeping us all safe. And then I think my last point I want to make is specifically post the Finance Minister Tito Mbowene's speech last week in the adjustment budget, and really want to express my disappointment. Post our engagements with the President talking about funding and preparedness for this virus. In this province, we've spent in excess of 5 billion rand with our health response and getting ready in the province to be able to deal with this pandemic as it starts to reach its peak. And saying that we will get cover from national government financially, and at the end of the day, listening to that speech, noting that we are hardly going to get anything in this province. It is going to be a serious problem for us in the province for service delivery, and I really am disappointed. We will make sure that we pick up this fight, because we need to make sure that provinces get their fair share if they are doing what they need to be doing to mitigate risks in this COVID-19 virus. And then, of course, lastly, I just want to say thank you very much to the citizens of this province, those that are doing what needs to be done every day, helping us with feeding, helping us with donations, and more importantly, making sure that we are all out there with our masks, social distancing, cleansing our hands, and making sure we are not spreading this virus as we move towards the peak in this province. And of course, in the week ahead, we will also be continuing with our regular cabinet and extended cabinet, where mayors and municipal managers from across the province join the cabinet meeting along with our senior officials, dealing with regular business of government, but also making sure that we continue to manage COVID-19. And then, of course, today we'll be having our recalibration meeting. This is with our epidemiologists and specialists, where we really have a look at our numbers and whether our response is still the correct response, and whether we need to adjust anything. Then, of course, I also meet NGOs and meet different organizations who are doing amazing things in our province. That's the week ahead.